Hello Aquarius, how you doing? Let me take a to your honor. Cheers, my dearest Aquariuses. This will be a general energy check-in. The spread name is called the Vitruvian Man. We're gonna look into what occupies your thought, your headspace at this time, what you have been doing, what you should be doing, where you're standing, where are you going, and advice from God, the universe, your ancestors, or if none of those tickle your fancy, just general speaking from this tarot read. Let's jump into it. Aquarius, what the absolute fuck, my dude? Do that. Did you... Well, apparently you ended a commitment, like there would have been a laying of foundations, a marriage, a proposal if it wasn't already a marriage, and that was a wrap. So, holy shit. Safety is the foundation of life. Cherish the calm moment. So wasn't this so I assume this marriage wasn't safe and calm and satisfactory because you ended it, apparently, and that is heavily weighing on your mind. And honestly, do I need to like my grievances? Does that sound proper in English? Like, I'm really sorry that you had to end this, because I mean it's really sad. But at the same time, focus on what you learned from this experience, from this union or this relationship, and why did you need to end it? How was the beginning? How was the middle? What were the key positive points? What were the key negative points? And what led to the conclusion, the ending, the wrap up? And if you could change something, what would that be, and how would you proceed going forward in your next relationship so that it doesn't end in an abrupt ending, or just, if it's not abrupt, just like how to avoid marrying someone just to end up in a divorce or something like that. Because I mean, I'm trying to see any positive light I can spin this, but it's really the layings of a foundation and a wrap up. Or does this mean that something was successful and you're ready to move to the next stage of it? But it's a bit contradictory, because the Four of Wands is the beginning of a journey together, a marriage, laying foundations, building a home, a house, a family, and the World is the end of something. It could be the end of your maybe celibacy or being alone. And if you were single before, you are now definitely out of that realm and into the happily ever after wedded family life. So that is good. So see this as it fits you. If you were single, you are going towards family life. But if you were in a committed relationship, it looks like it ended, and that's pretty sad. Or maybe just the fact that you're together, as in two solo characters or two solo people, ended, and you're now perhaps ready to welcome a third addition to your family. Because after the World, the Fool comes, and the Fool is new energy. So this could be interesting, but it's really this dual energy that is heavily centered in your mind. If your spouse maybe passed on, you are finally ready to let that soul go and just maybe keep the memories or like the good happy things and let go of that part of your life. It's not the way I can see this. To which case, all my condolences. What you have been doing, you have been carrying a whole lot of heavy burdens on your own without asking for support or having a little support, but luck was on your side and there was a turn of events and of fate, and good fortune came knocking on your door, and you now have support to handle this solitude alone, which makes me think that you really did lose a spouse, and that is this combination here, because you are now alone and burdened and stressed, but mostly burdened by the weight of being alone. And so the universe has your back. If you do not have support from relatives or family or friends or a community, the universe will send you someone, although this is in the past, so you should technically have someone in your vicinity, in your close surrounding, to give you a hand and support, moral, emotional, physical, whatever day-to-day task, just to help you cope with the burden of now being alone. Because it really, it's what it comes as. Like, you were happily married, everything was hunky-dory, but that totally ended. Maybe your spouse moved on for some of you, and then you find yourself just alone and overburdened and carrying all this emotional weight on your shoulders alone and nobody to share with. But then the universe stepped in and spin the wheel and gave you a little bit of support in some extent. Now then, what you should be doing is nurture and make a decision about your stability. It has been a long time of you dilly-dallying and not making a concrete decision about something, and that needs to change to allow this prosperity and dependability and this foundation, but also being master of this foundation. Nurture others and also yourself. So if you have been stuck in a rut and stuck in this just being alone and carrying all the weight on your shoulders, it's sort of detrimental to building a legacy and being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor and being the king of your kingdom or the king of your castle and just enjoying everything that you have worked so far, so that you can just sit down and enjoy the fruits of your labor, like I just said. But you need to make a decision about something, and also maybe a little bit open your heart space and don't block yourself off from potential people who are coming in to support you, to help you, to give you guidance and a little bit of helping hand. The more you are staying in this energy of not making a decision, of stalling for time, of not wanting to see the things for what they are, the more you are halting and slowing down your prosperity and the ability to enjoy your prosperity, and perhaps even hindering this nurturing aspect towards yourself and towards people around you, under your care, under your immediate care, or just in your vicinity. Now then, let's see where you are standing. You have started something new, or something new has started in your life, probably following this Wheel of Fortune, but you feel dissatisfied and still focusing on what you don't have. And I'm sorry to say, but if you have a beautiful marital commitment, nobody can replace that sort of energy unless you meet the same exact sort of fulfilling energy, and depending on where you are in your life, that could be pretty much difficult to impossible. So you need to appreciate what you have and focus on what you have and not what you lost or what you don't have. Embrace the childlike, naive, unafraid, open to explore, and just genuine curiosity for the world that is granted to you with this Wheel of Fortune. Your oracle card here, Harmony. Harmony is the beautiful melody in relationships. So you can find this harmony and nurture it and support yourself and others and just find the beautiful quietude in your everyday life to enjoy the fruits of your hard-earned money and your labor and your dedication and everything. But open your heart space and make that decision to accept, to be vulnerable, teachable, and just naive and free of judgment and past ways and this past pain and hurt that seemingly is weighing you down. It's like you feel like you want to grab these jugs and carry them all, but these jugs are filled with regret and a sense of lacking and focusing on what you do not have versus what you do have. So, and if you carry these in your arms and on your back, you are just weighing yourself down, and each step is burdened and just heavy. And why would you want to make your road and your step ever so more difficult and make progression ever more so slow than it ideally could be just a comfortable stroll in the park? So make that decision to leave this behind and embrace this beautiful new adventure that is coming towards you. In your where you are headed at, single and thriving, but also a little bit hold on to your things. Do not over splurge, do not overspend. Be cautious of where your money goes and how much you receive. Be very aware. Be present in every moment. Pay attention, focus, so that you do so that you are able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, to be independent, to be thriving, to be a force to be reckoned with, and master of your own land without having to worry. From the King of Pentacles there is a downgrade to the 9, but from the 9 there's an upgrade to the King. So it's an intermingling energy of self-sufficiency, because you know how not to overly spend on every knick-knack that you see on TikTok. TikTok shop being like the absolute worst thing that could possibly exist these days. So maybe like if you want to spend or shop or put things in your cart and leave them there. Don't make a rash decision. But at the same time, weigh your options and make the appropriate decision when you have all your facts lined up like ducks, or all your ducks in a row. You can nurture this 9 of Pentacles to become a King of Pentacles if you hold on to your money, to your investment, if you do not overspend, if you are cautious and aware of where your money goes and what it brings back to you. And now let's see, advice from the universe. And I get that this 8 of Swords is going back to this energy here. You are still stressing about your lack, and your losses, and it's completely understandable, and maybe the uncertainty of your future. But if you accept others and yourself, welcome new opportunities like the Fool, like the Wheel of Fortune, you will be otherwise very content and very happy. And here I just noticed, when I feel the cards, I noticed, but I want to bring your attention to the fact that we have a double 9. Single, prosperous, self-sufficient, thriving, very self-fulfilled 9 of Cups. This guy has achieved a lot. It's a wish fulfillment. So you are headed in a very positive, very stable, a little bit frugal, I would say, with this card, but otherwise very happy, very stable, very reliable, dependable, solid energy. Just maybe don't stall too long in making certain decisions, because that may lead you back to being in a stressful situation. So if you can gather all your facts and weigh the pros and cons, you have a clear picture in where to go, what to do, who to trust, who to ask support for, and all those things that might be a concern to you in this moment. Leave the past behind, let the departed depart, keep the happy memories, and focus on thriving and enjoying the fruits of your labor. I hope this helps, and I hope you will find peace and serenity in your heart and in your mind. Catch you next week.